Good morning, friends. So, in the previous lecture, we were discussing the aromatic nucleophilic substitution. So, as we have studied the reactivity of the haloarenes, in which the haloarenes are less reactive towards the nucleophilic substitution reaction. And so, here the nucleophilic substitution reactions of the haloarenes are carried out in a very drastic conditions, where the reactions like where the chlorobenzene, so on reaction with sodium hydroxide aqueous, if it is allowed to react, here we need some drastic conditions, means this reaction is carried out at a very high temperature, that is 350 degrees Celsius, and the atmospheric pressure is to be maintained at 300. And so this drastic condition gives you the nucleophilic substitution reaction. And so carrying out the drastic condition in the laboratories is becoming difficult, and so the nucleophilic substitution cannot be carried out very easily. And so this chlorobenzene on reaction with aqueous alkali is carried out at very higher temperatures. In the second way, the second reaction, that is the chlorobenzene on reaction with the ammonia, this is to be carried out at 250 degrees Celsius at 50 atmospheric pressure. Means here every reaction is carried out at a very high pressure, and so which needs a very specific conditions. And so here we are getting this product, or the phenyl cyanide is the another reaction where suppose the bromobenzene is allowed to react with cuprous cyanide at 250 degrees Celsius in presence of the catalyst like pyridine. The reaction gives you phenyl cyanide. And so the nucleophilic substitution are carried out at a very drastic conditions of the haloarenes. But if we take the molecule in which there is a presence of electron withdrawing substituent, like effect of your nitro group, effect of the nitro substituent on the reactivity of aryl halides. So the aryl halides reacts at a faster rate when the nitro group is present at ortho and para positions in the halo aryl halides, in the aryl halides. So here the suppose the chloro parachloronitrobenzene is allowed to react with aqueous alkali. The reaction takes place at a normal 170 degrees Celsius, and secondly, the acidic medium is added. Here you get the formation of the product, that is the paranitrophenol is obtained as a product. And so here we have seen all the reactions in which the replacement by of halogen by NaOH, by OH is carried out by OH group. So in all these reactions, replacement by OH means here the phenol is obtained as a product, here the paranitrophenol is obtained as a product. And so if in the same way, as the number of substituents, these electron withdrawing substituents at ortho and para positions goes on increasing, the rate of reaction or the conditions of the reaction goes on becoming very normal. So here 2,4-dinitro chlorobenzene, if it is allowed to react with sodium hydroxide, this reaction is to be carried out at a normal 95 degrees Celsius. And the product obtained is your 2,4-dinitrophenol. 2,4-dinitrophenol is obtained as a product. And if ever we carry out the uh, increase the number of substituents, that is the nitro substituents, at 246 positions, at 246 position, then just by adding warm water, so here we get 246 trinitrophenol. We see the change in the conditions if the number of electron withdrawing substituents in the halobenzene or the aryl halides increases. The number of nitro substituents, here it is only one, here there are two nitro substituents, here there are three nitro substituents. The condition goes on changing. The from the drastic condition it has came to 170 degree, from 170 it is coming to 95, and in trinitro it is coming just by warming the reaction mixture, you get the product. And so in this way, so the age of substitution goes on increasing as the number of nitro group goes on increasing. And when the nitro position is introduced at ortho or para position only and not at meta position, the with respect to the halogen substituent, the factor is supported by the stabilization of the carbanion, which is obtained as an intermediate in the reaction. So we will just study this reaction in a by studying the mechanism. And in this mechanism we want to just discuss that if the substituent, suppose here, if there is the this nitro group here, parachloro nitrobenzene, the nitro group is at para position, and so if you add the nucleophile OH minus in this low step, what you are getting, and this low step is the rate determining step. This OH attacks, nucleophile attacks the carbon, and here this delocalization of the positive charge is taking place. Nitrogen, here it is positively charged. Then you will get an intermediate where the halogen and the nucleophile are present here, means the OH has attacked the carbon, the negative charge has been developed on the ring at ortho position, the nitro group is present at the para position, and if you see this carbanion, which is obtained as an intermediate, has been stabilized by the resonating structures. So this negative charge will delocalize in the ring, and so here when it delocalizes in the ring, you get the resonating structures, you get the resonating structures, the different resonating structures. And these resonating structures, if you will see, the negative charge is coming on the position where the nitro group has been attached, that is the electron withdrawing substituent has been attached. Now if you see this situation, that this nitrogen bears a positive charge and the negative charge is here on the carbon bearing the nitro group, so it is getting more stabilized, it is getting more stabilized. Then further this shifts and you get the resonating structure, that is OH, here Cl, and here the negative charge is there. So here this goes to this carbon, ortho carbon, and here at this ortho position when it comes, so these are all the three resonating structures stabilizing the carbanion, that is the intermediate which is obtained. Once the this electron pair comes to this ortho position, this gives the electron pair and this halogen is set free, and you get the product, that is para nitrophenol. para-nitrophenol, and the halogen is set free. If this same situation is seen when the substituent is at ortho position, now you just go through these mechanisms, write the mechanisms, the structures. So here it is the substituent at para position, substituent at para position. Now if you see the substituent at ortho position, so here in this way the halogen is attached, here the nitro group is attached, and the OH minus attacks. This is the slow step, so it is termed as your rate determining step. It attacks, the OH minus will attack on this uh, carbon bearing halogen. Carbon bearing halogen means here OH minus, if it attacks on this, so you will get the intermediate in which this OH is attached, here the halogen is attached, here the nitro group is attached, this nitrogen is bearing a positive charge, and this carbanion has been formed at this carbon bearing the electron withdrawing group. Then further this again delocalizes, this negative charge is given to this carbon, and again here you get the carbanion, that is the negative charge in both the type of resonating structures which you see is getting delocalized only at ortho and para positions only, and so here you get the formation of the intermediate, that this negative charge has been delocalized. Here see it's at ortho position, here it is at para position, here it is at ortho position, here it is at ortho position, now here it is in para position. Now this will delocalize here, this pi electron will shift because of the alternative double bonds, and you will get the third resonating structure where this double bond, here double bond, n double bond O plus minus, then the halogen OH, and this negative charge has been delocalized at this ortho position, means here it comes to this ortho position, means ortho, para, and again ortho, and here you get this complete stabilization. Now this will delocalize here, and the leaving group, that is halogen, will be liberated, that is minus Cl minus, and here you will get the product, that is orthonitrophenol. As if you see that here the negative charge is coming to that carbon which contains a electron withdrawing group, and here again the negative charge is coming to the substituent where the electron withdrawing substituent is present, means these structures are stabilizing. This is the most stabilizing structure, or this is the most stable structure. Now if you see, if the substitution is taking place at, if the nitro substituent is present at meta position, these both situations are not obtained, means the negative charge does not go on the carbon bearing electron withdrawing group. So here if you see halogen, nitro group is present at the meta position with respect to the substituent, and here if you just see that the OH minus, the OH minus is attacking in this first step, that is the slow step, which is the rate determining step. Now the OH minus attacks on this carbon, the electron pair is shifted here, you are getting the intermediate carbanion Cl OH, here the negative charge, here the nitro group is present bearing positive charge. Now the delocalization of this negative charge here at this position, and it surpasses or it goes away from the electron withdrawing substituent nitro group, means this carbon bearing this substituent is not getting stable negative charge. This negative charge delocalizes only at ortho and para positions. It delocalizes only at ortho and para positions and not at meta position. And so the stabilization of this resonating structures decreases. The stabilization of this resonating structures decreases. Here this delocalizes, this comes to the ortho position. Here it is negative charge. Here you are getting this nitro group. And so immediately in the first step minus Cl, and you will get the meta product. But this situation does not arises at a very stable condition, means this is negligible product, means this reaction is not favorable when the substituent is at meta position. And so in this way we can study the we have studied the reactions, that is the nucleophilic substitution of the aryl halides, the nucleophilic substitution of the aryl halides. Now we want to discuss the next reaction, that is the benzene mechanism. The next reaction, that is the benzene mechanism, means here also how the nucleophilic attack is taking place. So it's the reaction in which the aromatic halide is allowed to react with soda amide or potassium amide in presence of liquid ammonia at minus 33 degrees Celsius, and the product obtained here is aniline. Means here we get the product, that is aniline. So here how this reaction is taking place, means aryl halide reacts with soda amide or potassium amide in presence of liquid ammonia, and you get the respective anilines as a product. And so here the mechanism of this reaction, it involves elimination addition mechanism. It involves elimination addition mechanism, means simultaneously here both the things are going to take place, that is the elimination and addition. So what is the step? So in the first step, this bromobenzene will react, and the amide, that is having a lone pair soda amide or the potassium amide, which gives you the amino group which is electron donating, the nucleophilic substitution is going to take place. This attacks the ortho proton of the adjacent to the ortho to halogen. It attacks on the or it abstracts the proton. This acts first in the first step, it acts as a base. It abstracts the proton from the ortho position of the halogen atom. Ortho position of halogen atom. Ortho proton of orthoproton to halogen is abstracted in this step. And so here you get, means what happened now, this proton, this gives the electron pair to this proton, and so this proton leaves the electron pair to this benzene nucleus, and so here you get an unstable intermediate. Here you get the formation of an unstable intermediate, and the halogen is also given out, and so this is called as your benzene intermediate. And this benzene intermediate is completely unstable. It does not exist for a longer time in the reaction, and so this benzene intermediate is obtained in the reaction in the first step, and in the second step, second, this is the addition step. Here in this step, first elimination has taken place, and in the second step the addition will take place, and here the in this reaction, what is the type of addition? Means as soon as the benzyne intermediate is obtained, this benzyne intermediate immediately reacts with the ammonia, that is the amine, NH2 minus. Here in the first step, NH2 minus behaves as a base, and here it behaves as a base, and here it behaves as a nucleophile. Here it behaves as a nucleophile. So the role of one of the, so what happens here? This attacks the benzyne intermediate, and this electron pair is shifted, and so here you get the formation of the NH2, and the carbanion is obtained as an intermediate. Here the carbanion is obtained as a intermediate, and this carbanion abstracts the proton from the liquid ammonia present in the solution, and abstracts this proton and gives you the formation of amine, and that is the anilines. And so here you get NH2 minus, because this proton is abstracted, and again the NH2 minus is obtained as the product. And so here this is the benzyne intermediate, or the benzyne mechanism shown by the aryl halides. And so in this way we complete, or we conclude with our second topic, that is the alkyl and aryl halides. And so now we will turn towards the last topic of your syllabus, that is the phenols, ethers and alcohols. Phenol ethers and alcohol ethers and phenols. Alcohol ethers and phenols. So now we have still completed the uh, topic alkyl and aryl halides. Go through this topic thoroughly, rewrite the mechanisms for 2 to 3 times. Until and unless you will not write the mechanisms for 2 to 3 times, you will not go through these reactions properly. It is difficult to understand. So practice every reaction for at least 1 to 2 times. You will get the details, and for any queries you feel free to contact me on my telephone number, or whenever you get a chance you can come to the department. You are always welcomed, and so you feel free to call me at any moment wherever it is possible. Okay, thank you very much.